time for organizations to step up to the Gen 5 cyber attack.
Hey Bindu, I understand you're looking into a story about the state of readiness for some of these next generation security threats?
Yes, Shyam, thank you. So Check Point recently did a survey and came out with a report about a week ago that talks about how 97% of the organizations are not prepared for what they call the Gen 5 attacks. So it's interesting to see that because, as we talk to a number of our customers and we deal with organizations of varying sizes, we are hearing the same about, their readiness in terms of being responsive to attacks is definitely lagging. And we also see that a number of organizations are struggling with sort of the skill shortage with IT teams in-house and also trying to deal with, some of these advanced threats of today that have these layered approach in terms of, attacking. And they're not able to detect these types of attacks.
So what makes a Gen 5 attack different from a Gen 4 attack? Are there some unique new things that make it harder for your security team to defend?
Yeah, I think, from the report, the Gen 5 description is around that multi-layered attack, right? So you start off with a phishing email, then it gets you to click on a link, and then you download the malware. The malware spreads and starts exploiting the different ports that are open within your systems. It's sort of a stealth attack. It's got multiple layers to it. The threat vector is more than one. And organizations, because of the types of tools and technologies that they have within their SOC, that are not integrated, right? So they don't really get to detect these attacks on time. And all of the stats that we've also seen, shows us that, it's about 200 days that the hacker sort of stays within a network before, they're being detected. So across organizations, we are seeing that their security technologies, is somewhere along the line of Gen 2 and 3. So, they have the firewalls in place, they have the antivirus in place. They're really not focused on proactive threat intelligence and threat prevention as much as they're sort of in the reactive mode constantly.
When I was looking at this story, one of the things I was thinking about is a lot of organizations are moving their infrastructure into cloud environments, which presents a whole new set of challenges for being able to detect threats out there because you're moving your perimeter. Before, like you said, a lot of organizations, they've got a lot of firewalls, they've got antivirus, they've got like their internal net defenses, but as they move to cloud architectures, they have to come up with strategies to monitor and defend their stuff that they're moving out of their company, as well as some of those IoT spaces where you might just not have good understanding or visibility into what some of these devices are and what they're exposing, as well as you do, your Windows machines or your servers and things of that nature. So that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, and this report also sort of delves into the whole application security space with mobility as well. So you have a number of these applications that are within the Android App Store that could be malicious, and organizations have end users who are not aware of this and download that. It talks about how we are sort of in the constant firefighting mode. We're not strategic about security, and organizations sort of need to take a look at the big picture, include mobility, cloud, IoT as part of their overall risk and security strategy.
It also seems like maybe a big part of this maybe be bring your own device. So you mentioned installing, on your Android phone, or maybe if you're bringing your own laptop, certainly public cloud where you can't really integrate maybe the logs or your intelligence from public cloud to your enterprise devices. So the tools really aren't doing this correlated view of everything you own.
Right. Well, I appreciate you bringing the story to us, and definitely something for organizations to think about as part of their overall cybersecurity strategy. So good article to check in on for people out there.